I thought that I would do a video real quick on how I think that I get a lot of trial conversions. I'm not really sure because, of course, I don't see you all teach and I don't know what I do differently than everyone else, but I can give you a couple hints of things that I do. So maybe if you're not getting trial classes or if you're not converting a lot of the ones that you are getting, maybe some of this will help you. And if not, hey, feel free to give me some pointers because I'd love some new ideas too. That'd be awesome. And I get booked with trials. Like if I ever open up short notice slots, they book with trials almost instantly. So tonight, for example, it's Saturday night, and I wanted to get some extra hours in for the week, especially now that we have weekly pay. That's such a motivator for me so that I know that I'm going to see the fruits of my labor by next week. So, hey, why not work a few extra classes tonight? So, I opened them up earlier this afternoon and they booked fairly quickly within a couple of hours, and they all booked. I opened 6 slots from 8:30 until midnight. The 8:30 slot didn't book, but the rest of them did, and they're all trial classes. So right now I'm in a trial no-show, so I wanted to just tell you a couple things that I do. So first of all, I know I'm certified for all of the different kinds of trial classes. I wish that I could uncertify myself from the pre-VIP kid without losing the other new trial thing, whatever it is, but they're connected. So um, I stay certified for all of them. I'm just not a fan of pre-VIP kid. But anyways, I know all of the slides and I'm prepared to teach all of them. I've done them all 1,000 times. So make sure that you know your slides and prepare yourself. I have these little popsicle sticks that I keep in my cup over here. And these first five are ones that I know that I use in all the trial classes. So I just pop these on popsicle sticks and I have them available. I need to redo them so that Meg and Mike's heads aren't chopped off. And if the student has an updated program now with the new filters, we can do these faces. So I can actually put Meg and Mike's faces on the kids too. And so I have them, pretend to be them or whatever. But, Mike is always talking in all the trial conversions. So I say, "Hi, my name is Mike," and have them practice. But if they don't have those, then I use the popsicle sticks for that purpose. And I tell them that I am from the USA. And I use this to introduce myself in all of my trial classes for VIP Kid. I say, "Hello, my name is Julie. Julie, hmm, what's your name?" Obviously, your speaking speed and everything that you do is going to be based on your students' academic level. So, well, academic English level. So, you need to feel that out, right? You're going to know if a student is speaking more fluently or if they don't know how to even say their name. So, then you determine how fast you're going to speak. Use lots of TPR regardless of the level because I found that even trial students that are at a much higher level, sometimes I initially think they're at a lower level only because they maybe haven't seen a foreign teacher yet. And maybe they haven't actually spoken with someone who's actually from the United States or from an English speaking country. And so maybe their level doesn't seem so apparent at first, but it will after you get going into the curriculum and they start to read the slides, then they're really good at it and they can do all of that, but maybe they weren't understanding what you were saying. So always use a lot of TPR regardless because they can feel out what you're trying to say if you're using that TPR. Use level appropriate extension. So I use this to establish a connection with my students, regardless of whether they're pre-VIP kid or they're a level 7 trial student. I don't know if level 7 does trials, but level 6 does. But either way, if they are higher level or a lower level, I want to somehow establish a connection with them, whether that will be commenting on the shirt that they're wearing or a stuffed animal that they're holding or a friend that's sitting next to them or a pet that I hear, anything to establish a connection. And then I drive that home in the feedback. So I will mention it again. I will continue to keep bringing it up. If I can make some kind of inside joke or something that's really funny, if they hold up a shoe and I say it's stinky, and if we can somehow reiterate something that's funny or something that establish a connection, then I feel like they're going to want to come back for more. So I always mention that in the feedback. I build rapport with the student, even if it's the very first time I meet them, and even if it's just a trial student. Even more so is it important to establish rapport with them because you want them to sign up, right? If their family is around, and usually they are, mom's sitting right there, dad's sitting right there, and maybe they're even off the camera, I always include them somehow, some way, and I always make it really, really fun. So, especially for teaching the family unit, that's fantastic. If mom is sitting right there and I can say, "This is my mom," I've always got pictures of my family right next to me so I can use them to explain, "This is my mom, this is my dad, this is my brother, this is my sister." Now, a lot of kids don't have siblings in China, so it's hard for them to understand, or they think that their cousins are their siblings, because that's pretty typical for them to say there. Some do, but you sometimes might have to show pictures to drive home what you're saying. I like to use mom and say, "This is my mom," and I'll point at her and I'll say, "Hi, mom," and mom will get in the screen. She'll say hi. They like it. Dad, whoever, grandma, grandpa, get them all involved. Have fun with it. And I am not the kind of teacher who like is going to call the firemen if there's five kids on camera either. If it's a trial class, I'm just going to make it fun for whoever's there because I feel like the likelihood of them signing up is much better if they do, if they do have fun. If I can make them laugh, I make them laugh, and I'm pretty good at that. Somehow, I always make jokes and always make them laugh, and I think that's a great thing too. But there is a time to be serious as well. But the trial classes aren't really them. Now, I am very good at correcting, and I still will correct in a fun way, but I also have fun with it. I'm not going to drill it in like I would a major course student, not quite as much, okay? But I do want mom and dad to see that they're learning something and that I am correcting their errors. Um, Two things that I think are really important when I teach trial classes, or at least that I've seen that have helped my conversion rate, is one, I do the feedback immediately after class is done. And the reason for that is the team who gave you the trial class, right? They are going to take your feedback and they actually call the parents immediately whenever they get that feedback. They call them and they follow up with them to try to get them to sign up. So the quicker you do it, the fresher it is in their mind, and the quicker that VIP kid will get on the bandwagon and they will call them, and then the higher the likelihood that you get that sign on bonus. And then the last thing that I do for my trial students is I always say thank you in Chinese at the end to mom or dad or grandma or grandpa or whoever is sitting there. So I'll say goodbye to my student. Like my very last one, I just had, what was her name? Her name was Yay Yay. I said, "Bye, Yay Yay. It was so nice to meet you. I hope that I see you again. Goodbye, Zajin, goodbye." And then I'll look at mom and I'll say, "Bye, mom. Thank you, CCA." Now, you can say thank you two different ways in Chinese, and I'm not a pro, but in the Beijing area, so in like the northern part of China, they say CCA or CCA with like the letter C, the soft C sound. Now, in I think the south part of China, that it's more like a CH sound, sh, or an SH sound, sh, um, Xixie, Xixie. And so I only visited Beijing, so I learned how to say it Xixie. So that is what I say. And they, whether they say it the other way or not, they always understand it. At least they see I'm making a valid, like a valid attempt at speaking their language. So that's all I've got for you. Hopefully, some of these tips help you. I do have a couple things that I always have available. Just a side note. This was so genius to me when I came up with this. It's just a container from the dollar store, and I put these little dividers in here with flashcard separators. Okay, they're like index card labels, and I have all of my flashcards separated here by section, so I can just grab them on a whim. So I always have props that I don't have to prepare ahead of time. But right in the front of this box, I put a collection of things that I use for the trial classes so that they're handy. Okay, so now it is 8:10 a.m. on Saturday morning. So I worked from 9 until midnight. I slept for 4 hours and then I'm teaching until 10 now. So, if my eyes look bloodshot, oh, it's because I'm a smidge tired. Anyway, I realized at the end of my video the sound cut off because I was talking too long and my microphone shuts off if I don't like click the button up. Anyways, I was going to say at the end of my trial classes, I always say thank you in Chinese. And so if you are not yet an online teacher and you are interested in applying for VIP Kid or for Gogokid, I can help you with either. I do have a Facebook page now for each of those companies. It's a Facebook group actually, and it's Teach English with wait, yeah, Teach English with Julie at VIP Kid or Teach English with Julie at Gogokid. And so those are a little bit easier ways to find those, and I will help you through the process from beginning to end. You can also still shoot me an email at julieharnish@yahoo.com. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I'd so appreciate it. Please give me a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know your hints, your tips, your tricks for converting trial classes because those extra $5 here and there really add up. And I used to kind of hate trial classes, but now I really love them. It's a nice break from the mundane major courses. So, yeah, those are my tips and tricks. Let me know what you do that you think is helping you to convert yours. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Happy National Week. Bye.
And then another no-show. So I was going to tell you about. I don't like how my voice is not matching up with my words. Hold on a second.